Welcome to Thursday, May 19th, 2022. Your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State News Daily. Check them out at cowboystatenewsdaily.com or on their Facebook page, Wyoming's News Authority. Well, here's a shot of some hail that happened on the 17th near Minatier, Nebraska, with a heavy thunderstorm that tracked northeast to Scotts Bluff. This shot brought to you by Thad Kuntz of Minatier. Thanks for sending that in. This is hail on the ground, not snow. However, by tomorrow and Saturday, we're going to have shots like this all across parts of Wyoming and Colorado, even parts of Nebraska, but it won't be hail. It'll be snow because it's all downhill. The cold front's on schedule. It's not turning around. It's coming through. Can't stop it. High winds, falling temperatures, showers, and thunderstorms are going to be developing. There is going to be a strong burst of wind across parts of Wyoming, especially central and southern Wyoming, along I-25 and I-80 later today. Strong winds will also push into Colorado. Significant snow in Colorado and parts of southern Wyoming. All of Wyoming's mountains get snow, but the Colorado mountains really getting a lot of snow. We'll have rain, snow, and thunder on the plains, especially in Colorado, late tonight through Friday and into early Saturday. Freezing temperatures will happen. Our confidence level is very high of a hard freeze tomorrow night and in particular Saturday night. Satellite photo shows a very impressive swirl of clouds. There's the low right along the Saskatchewan, Alberta border areas there. And also we're seeing some strong jet stream winds as evidenced by these cirrus clouds here beginning to form along the frontal boundary. That's a recipe for problems. Here's the cold front and the trough. There's the trough we just showed you on the satellite imagery. The cold front is about right here right now and heading south. All the air coming in behind this front is coming out of the Yukon, out of the Northwest Territories. So the source region is very cold of where this air is coming from. By Friday afternoon, the main low's up into Hudson Bay, but the cold front is going to be through moving into Colorado by tomorrow and into the Plain States, Corn Belt, Midwest, and Great Lakes by the weekend. We have winter storm warnings here in the pink. The brown areas are wind advisories for high wind warnings. The blue are hard freeze advisories. Look at the winter storm warnings for the Front Range of Colorado right here and hard freeze warnings and advisories for snow in the mountain areas. By noon today, the front is going to be about right here. By noon today. Look at the warm air out ahead of the front and the big contrast. This big contrast is one of the reasons we're going to have a high wind event, especially right here very briefly later today through evening. By midnight tonight, the frontal boundary is to I-70 all the way down into central Utah and moving into northwest and northern Colorado. By Saturday noon, cold front now is in the Midwest. Look at the purple, 30 degrees or more below average, right there in the purple areas by noon Saturday. The precipitation, though, will be impressive. Look at the precipitation in Colorado where they desperately need this. This is through Sunday afternoon. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see the heavier precipitation. Keep in mind the computer modeling tends to over-forecast the amounts of precipitation, but this orange area right here I don't think is unreasonable to see 1 to 2 inches of water in the form of rain and snow in the high foothills and high front range mountains of Colorado. But look at the moisture getting along I-25 as well. Then this is the snow forecast. Yep, it's going to snow, folks. Focusing in a little bit closer again, I think these amounts are too heavy. But in the blue and the pink areas, you're going to get snow. You're going to see snow either falling or you're going to see it on the grassy areas. And if we were to zoom into Colorado, these amounts right here of 1 to 2 feet in the central and northern mountains of Colorado, I think is totally legitimate. I think that's going to happen. But also notice Denver and notice the Palmer Divide, even getting into Colorado Springs, will get into the act. Places right here today are going to be in the middle to upper 80s, but they could have that much snow in some areas, or at least half those amounts, by Saturday morning. Taking a look at these temperatures, these are the forecasted low temperatures tomorrow. So find yourself on the map. So tomorrow morning, pretty cold, some areas near or below freezing, but Saturday morning, the cold expands further south and gets more intense. And then this is where I think the hardest freeze temperatures are going to occur for the higher population areas, and that's going to be overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. these temperatures I don't think look unreasonable. I think we're going to see temperatures in this range in many areas, especially if there's going to be snow on the ground by overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. Now, the trough of low pressure is going to hang around into Monday and Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday is going to be cold, and I think late Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, rain showers and thunderstorms will develop in many areas. So this is going to be a change that's going to make it pretty darn cool for a solid 5 days before the middle of next week brings a building ridge of high pressure and a return of warmth. However, by Memorial Day weekend, this next trough could be moving in. This is by next Saturday. We'll talk about Memorial Day weekend in future podcasts, but I do think the Memorial Day weekend may start off warm, but could end colder. So we'll update you tomorrow. Be ready for a big change in the weather.